And Representative Marzjkowski, we're back on House Bill 5904. Is Bruce here? Yes. And Bruce Leoy, if you want to come up, Bruce.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Bill 5904 just established that the membership of the Cumberland Fire Board constitutes holding a public office, and that the elections of the fire committee are governed by state general laws. It's a nuanced little situation that we have in Cumberland where the fire board is not technically a public office, so they don't have to adhere to the same guidelines and laws that we have to hold ourselves accountable to, such as like campaign finance and reporting and everything like that. I do have a former president, Bruce Leoy, with me right here. He can speak in much further detail. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, first I want to recognize your time, and I appreciate and value your efforts. As a former chairman of the Cumberland Fire District's Fire Committee, I am asking you to support this bill and vote to bring it to the full House for a vote. The independent Cumberland Fire District is the result of the merger of 4 independent fire districts over the time period of 2014 through 2016. During these 2 years, a great team of individuals worked tirelessly to complete the successful merger of the 4 districts. This included merging 4 union contracts for business services, financials, accounting systems, and operations. We concluded the 2016 budget season seeing a second tax rate reduction. We also concluded with a very high morale within the department. The merger also resulted in a reduction in administrative personnel as well as a significant increase in public transparency. One of the few weaknesses is the lack of the status of a public office. Within the original legislation, the Cumberland Fire District does have a town-wide governance model, as so does the council or school committee, rather than just being a small board voted on at the firehouse. It is voted on within the town ballot on every even year. Our budget process is outlined as would a municipality. Rather than being voted on again on the firehouse floor, it's going through an outlined budget process with transparency equal to that of any municipality. The same as goes with the budget changes. The Fire Committee has a responsibility to meet all requirements from the Department of Revenue and, when needed, the Office of the Auditor General. It's the only fire district to have a 4% cap. These items all serve a great purpose. At the same time, they separate the CFD from the other fire districts by a great and vast difference. Because of the 2 missing sentences that this bill will amend to the original legislation, what Cumberland Fire District doesn't have, we don't have the obligation to follow campaign finance laws, such as accounting for the potentials of thousands of dollars that could be spent on a campaign. We don't have the obligation to follow general election rules or laws, such as a simple task of collecting signatures to get placed on the ballot. We don't have the requirement to file the yearly Ethics Commission filings. And we don't have the recourse for voting discrepancies, i.e., if in the event of a tie. I personally was involved in a tie at one point for town council, so it happens. These items are much needed regulations. I'm sure all would agree that the greatest of these would be the need to follow Rhode Island campaign finance laws. As pointed out, the Cumberland Fire District isn't like a lot of other fire districts, and this bill would go further to level that playing field. Again, I ask that you support this bill and vote to bring it to the full House for vote. Respectfully submitted, Bruce Leoy.
Thank you, Bruce. Representative Philippi has a question for you, Bruce.
Briefly, Chairman, if this bill were to pass, would it prevent a member from holding other public office?
It would be the same as would be for any public office, yes.
So currently someone can hold a seat on the board and also hold another public office?
Correct.
Or
because we don't follow, we're not under the election laws. That has happened.
Thank you.
Representative Coresi.
Very quickly, you may have covered this, but who gets to vote?
We are on the ballot as the town council and the school committee is. So the town-wide...
Strictly in Cumberland?
Just strictly Cumberland, correct. This is focused solely on Cumberland.
Thank you. Any further questions? Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Representative.
Chairman.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you,
you,
members.
Bruce. That will conclude testimony on House Bill 5904 by Representative Marzjkowski. Bruce did submit written testimony. Representative Villa-Wilkinson, would you like your votes recorded?
Yes, please, Mr. Chairman.
So ordered. Great job at the women's event
Thank you.
this afternoon.